Look at that. We're live. Joe, can you believe it? You're back.
I,
That's it.
Jeff, could you
Yes,
please
sir.
tell Dan? Please tell Dan that I'm back. Yes.
Hey, Dan, Joe's back.
Oh,
Yay!
wow. Everybody,
Welcome
Joe
back, Joe.
Quesada.
It's good
In
to
case
see
you
you,
didn't
man.
know it, Joe had been gone for a very long time.
5 months.
Secret mission? What was it? What's going on?
Well, you and I had that thing, right?
True.
We had that thing, and
Big blowout.
and I just said, screw you, screw this show, and I'm gonna quit, and I'm gonna take this microphone with me, and
Yeah, I went full jerk on it.
no, we you know what? It started out as just like there were a series of just miscalculations in scheduling. Right, it just the days weren't working for me, and then I had a death in the family, and that complicated my travel stuff. And then the thing that I sort of kept on the QT, but we could talk about it a little bit. Not really. Is that I had to go in for spinal fusion surgery, so I put it off for a year, and then decided. Well, no, I didn't decide. My doctor said you got to get this done. So C5, C6 fused, nice little scar here, and so that put me out of commission pretty much for 2 months. I don't think anybody wanted to see me in a neck brace.
I kind of did.
Oh man, it was awful. I told you guys this that 2+ years of COVID isolation is nothing compared to 6 to 7 weeks in a neck brace 24/7. That was
try that, Dave.
Dan, I was in a deep dark pit of hell.
Luckily, with a friend like me, I'm very helpful in bringing you around.
You are so sensitive, man. I just the empathy that you exhibited during this time. I got to tell you, man, I will never forget that.
Kind of like Mother Teresa.
You're a friend, and I would do it for each and every one of you.
Yes, no, I've seen you do it for those of us who are in need. So it's really remarkable how you can. And you do it for so many of us at the same time.
Yeah. Like if anybody
have the energy to do that and draw and do your thing. I mean, it's crazy.
Do all the marvelous things I do.
Unbelievable. You are a prince among
people,
humans. So
I would describe him as an apotheosis of empathy.
What?
I don't even know.
You made that
apotheosis? No, it's a real word.
Oh,
I like it.
Yeah.
Jeff, this is a celebration of Joe, of course, the entire episode. But let's take a look at this. This man.
Oh, look at that thing.
That looks like Dr. Doom from this angle.
Well, I mean, I heard we were doing a Marvel thing, so I thought I'll do one of my favorite Marvel guys.
I almost drew Dr. Doom too. I'm glad I didn't now looking at that because I don't think I would have put the magnificence in like that.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is I've been after we did that Kirby episode, I got a Kirby hankering. So I've been looking at my Kirby, studying my Kirby. I thought I'd throw some Kirby style backgrounds in there.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Can I? You know what makes these broadcasts go crazy and people just love them more? That looks pretty sexy. If I keep using the word sexy,
it does look sexy. It's very, it's. I would say that Doom. It's 50 Shades of Doom.
Right now, it just looks like 2 or 3, but.
Right. Well, I'm working on it. But when it's done, right now, I'd say we're about 3 or 4 shades.
I was going very literal.
Yeah, no. It's going to take a little time. Yeah, 3, 4, maybe 5 shades of Doom at the moment. But throughout the show, I'll check them off. You just check in with me, and I'll let you know how many shades of Doom we're at.
Yeah, let's see what Dave's up to. Whoa.
Well, you said Marvel, right? So
yeah. Wait a minute.
Damn it,
Joe. What is the over under on how many of us are actually going to draw a Marvel character?
Yeah,
only your real friend Jeff.
Yeah, listen, I'm just back. I don't want to cause any waves.
Right. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, it sounds like those months were pretty awful.
God, you guys have no idea. So Dan, I'm trying to share my screen here, and I can't seem.
You gotta put a new.
Hang on, let's see if this works. Let Let me know if what you're getting on your side. Nothing. Okay.
0.
Damn
But
it.
in the meantime, here's my Marvel thing. I'm working on The Shining.
Perfect. Perfect. I thank you guys. I know this was, this was supposed to be a special return of return of me episode. And well, you guys suck. That's all I gotta say. Only Jeff truly loved me.
Jeff's a good person.
I thought about drawing a Joe like a classic Joe character, like maybe Big Guy or Daredevil.
Right. You thought that was a little too much, right?
I thought I was a little too on the nose.
Oh, I see what's going on here, Dan. For whatever reason, Dan, StreamYard has lost all my permissions. So,
well, when you abandon StreamYard the way you did, it takes it a little personally.
Yeah, give me a second. I should be able to. All right, Google Chrome. It's actually not StreamYard. I'm going to blame it's Google Chrome.
Wow, you admit it.
Yeah.
This time it's you.
All right, where am I? Well, you guys talk amongst yourselves because
all we've been thinking about is you.
How did you guys do this without me? I don't understand.
It was very quiet.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
It was like doing it in a church.
Yeah.
Which is great.
A lot of drinking and crying.
Right. Yeah. Drink and cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I heard something. So The Shining.
So why are you drawing The Shining?
All right. So guys, I'll be back in a second because I can't. Google Chrome will not do this unless it quits. So I'll be back in a minute. Bye.
Okie
dokie. Why am I doing The Shining?
Yeah. Is it like for a cover piece, or is it just because you like The Shining?
I really like The Shining, Jeff.
It's a great movie. It's a great book.
Yeah.
He identifies with the main character.
Did you ever see Dr. Sleep?
No, I haven't seen that yet. It's on HBO though, isn't it, or Cinemax or?
It's great. It's sort of like The Shining Part 2.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people weren't overly thrilled with it.
I think it's a great movie.
I don't know if we necessarily needed it. That's why I didn't watch it.
I enjoyed it. It's fun.
All right. Well, on that recommendation, I think I'll see it. Fun movie. We could use fun. I just saw the Tinder Swindler.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of swindling.
Hopefully you won't get swindled, Dan.
I know. I'm always on Tinder, so I was like, okay, Dan, be cautious.
Yeah, you got to be cautious.
I know there was one guy that was making all these dates at expensive restaurants and, running up a huge bill, and then he'd run out the back.
What?
Yeah, leaving his dates holding a bag.
Man, that's
he
unfortunate.
Thankfully. But yeah, what a scumbag. Jeez.
Well, I mean, was it a crime to? I mean, it's a crime to ditch.
Yeah, actually, I think it is. It's
Joe's back. Hold on. Sorry.
I was literally just calling you, Dan. I mean, I was back. I mean, I was literally back in an instant, and you just ignore.
Well, we don't have. Nobody's mentioned this, but we don't have Ben right now.
Well, we all know that was part of the riff between you and me.
The collateral.
So, yeah, it's just we all. Dan and I were vying to be Ben's best friend.
Yeah.
Dan's known him longer. But I've been nicer to Ben, and we put Ben in a situation where he had to choose.
And there's really no reason we really had to make him choose, but we just
and it put him in a really bad position, so he decided not to choose, and then sort of left, and then I left, and then had to have my neck opened up and surgery, and and that just made me angry at you, Dan, because
Yeah, well, I know why. We can't tell the viewers, but I know why.
You could tell them. Go ahead, tell them.
Pure and simple.
You think it really boils down to that basic?
That's what I keep telling myself.
Is that how you justify how horrible we've been to each other?
Most humanity is motivated by either jealousy,
by envy,
or rage.
Really?
Yeah,
jealousy,
rage.
Isn't that one of the one of the deadly, sins or whatever?
One of the big ones.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if this. You should be able to see my drawing.
Now we can put you in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. The amazing. So you actually said, okay.
Oh, wow.
Let's do it.
I decided I'm going to celebrate myself. And I decided I'm going to cheat and use the Dan Panosian technique of the big logo.
I mean, it's a good system.
Yeah, no,
it today.
It just saves me a ton of time.
Yeah.
But no, the other thing is I'm multitasking because over this time that I've been away, I have had to. Well, I promised several sketches to several people that were really helpful during my surgery and blah. So this is I'm starting them.
Excellent.
This will be the layout for Spider-Man. So yeah, there you go. That's what I'm.
Are you then going to print that up and ink it?
Yeah, I'll probably. I mean, this is just I got this logo off of Google. Right, I could have gotten it off Marvel, right? But I went for Google, and so I'll just I'll clean the logo up, and then I will probably print the layout directly onto our beautiful Eon paper that we got. For those of you who are not drawing on Eon paper and want to be
you. Yeah, honestly, and this is not nice to say, but anyone who's not drawing on Eon paper, we actually hate you.
Well, we just don't consider you professional level. That's all. And this includes professionals.
Yeah, that's good. A lot of our friends.
I have a lot. Yes, I have a lot of friends. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I will, because the figure's done on the layer from the logo, I'll keep the logo solid black, and then I'll print the layout of the figure, super light gray, and then I'll go in and ink the figure. This way, it saves me time because I got to do a bunch of these.
Nice.
That's it. So, it's the Dan Panosian cheat. I like it.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan.
I mean,
we could still be friends. We could still
be friends.
It's a Wallywood special.
Yeah. So, for those who want to see, everything's done on layers here, right? I started the shading in there. Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. And then, even the webbing is done on a layer just because it's such a pain in the ass.
Hey, Joe, you know what? I've never asked you this question, and I don't want to harangue you about it.
No, don't ask me that one.
Okay. I'll ask you a different one.
Okay,
How do you handle the webbing under Spidey's chin, where it goes down?
Oh, man, you want to? Actually, no. You want to know how? Dan,
I would love to see you do it because it's always.
Switch the camera. Dan, switch the camera real quick.
Yeah, I'll just switch the camera. Hold on.
Do some work, Dan.
I'll do a camera switch.
Okay, so. This is how I do it. Right?
Yeah.
I have a couple of these sculpts, and I'll just use these bad boys. Like when I'm drawing the webbing, and I'll look around and see how it twists and turns.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of Spidey sculpts, and it's really, really the only way. But it follows the contour of the face. Where the webbing actually gets weird is where it connects to the actual shoulders and bodice of the costume, right?
Yeah.
Because different people draw it different ways. They draw it as if the mask is a separate piece, so the webbing might be a little more narrow. I like to draw it as sort of one piece and just let people get angry at me. Oh, by the way, another way I do it is through my Spider-Man pocket knife.
You have a Spider-Man pocket knife.
Excellent.
At one point, this was probably during the height of the collector's boom. Marvel had a licensing deal with what was the Franklin Mint. So they made these. I mean, it's really beautiful, right? Somehow or other, Marvel thought that putting Spider-Man on a pocket knife would be exactly what kids would want, right? And I found this in the drawer of one of the, we'd move from office to office, and somebody left this in a drawer. But it's really kind of cool because it's a corner box with the
Oh yeah.
And it's got some good weight. You know what I mean? Now, Dan, you always carry a knife with you, don't you?
I always do carry a knife.
I shouldn't. That's probably a secret I shouldn't give away because I
don't want my enemies.
Yeah. Tell us about your knife, Dan. What kind of knife do you
It depends on which one I have. I got a really great one last time from Ben, which.
What was the one when when we all went to that, the city where everything stays in that city?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You had a cool one. What was it?
Well, that one was from Cold Steel, and Cold Steel is a company Jeff probably remembers because they had these ads when we were probably reading comics as kids, and it was a Tanto blade, and they would take the Tanto blade and like thrust it right through the hood of a car. I was like, Cold Steel.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I need to get one of these.
You need to thrust that through the hood of a car.
Yeah, you got to do it. So that little thing is called the Recon 1, and that's like a miniature Tanto blade pocket knife.
And you can't show these to us?
Here.
As long as we're not breaking any YouTube rules, right?
I mean, not unless Dan is promoting the use of.
Unless Dan is stabbing someone at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, right now I'm stabbing. No, I don't have I'd have to go into the other room to get one because that's
no,
where
God
I
forbid,
carry my
God
keys.
forbid you should.
This is here. Let's take a look. This is also. This is basically that blade I was talking about.
By the way, brought to you by
Cold Steel.
the man who's created the latest Boom comic.
That point.
Alice.
Yeah, exactly.
So on brand, Dan. You are so on brand, man.
I'm really on brand. Well, I'm still the Urban Barbarian. This is a great knife, also Cold Steel. It's called the Espada. And on the first episode of Breaking Bad, you can see that one.
Nice.
So, it's huge.
Yeah. Now,
so Cold Steel eventually, thanks to Josh Barnett, started sponsoring me. So if I was going to do a cover that had a knife on it, they would send me a knife, and I would put it on the cover.
What?
Like, wow, I've arrived.
What?
All childhood dreams have come true.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah,
that's
talk
crazy.
about living the dream.
Do they know that you're not that good?
No, they had no idea.
It just matters if he's good with the knife, Joe.
Well, it just matters honestly if I promote the knife.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So Dan, has there ever been an instance, because it seems like your studio is packed with those knives. Has there ever been an instance where you've needed to use the knife in your studio?
You mean to open like a letter?
No, I just mean,
I mean, usually it's letter opening.
Is that it at
like
all?
Jeff sent me some amazing Conan stuff the other day. And it required. How was I going to get it open? I was like, Jesus, I gotta.
Luckily, you have a Conan sword.
Yeah, I also have a Conan. They also sent me a sword once, which was pretty amazing. But yeah, so
the hell?
I had to, the sword.
No,
the sword
just the fact
huge.
I don't get stuff like that. How'd you do that?
Oh, I really lucked out. See, I don't.
Now I have another. First it was Ben. Now,
right.
Now it's damn knives you're getting.
Yeah, this was a two-handed claymore. I think Jeff's seen it.
Yeah,
it's huge. So it's an unbelievable sword. It's huge. I always wanted one, and I was like, my studio isn't quite big enough to. I don't have a place for it.
Is that code for you just can't handle it?
Right.
Mostly, yeah.
In basic training, Dan, when you're learning the bayonet, part of what you have to do is you attach the bayonet to the end of your rifle, and then you charge down a field and you stab and slice at things. It's actually a really fun day.
I don't like it.
It's probably one of the things you'd enjoy most about basic training. But
I don't need to brag, but nobody sends me knives. I make them myself.
Yeah,
that's true.
Dave does actually make his own. Dave is forged from fire.
Let me do a solo on that. Dave made that knife, which is insane.
Wow.
It's not done yet, but I'm working on it. So
it's more done than I have.
I can imagine Dave by the Iron Forge.
Yeah.
Dave's a forger.
Dave would definitely be the craftsman in the village you would go to when you wanted to have a special weapon made.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
Dave would actually. Did you guys ever see Kroll?
I thought Dave was Kroll.
Is Kroll the Destroyer? Is that who you're talking about?
No, that's Cole.
Cole. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
that's Kroll's cousin Cole.
Yeah. That's a different guy.
No,
Kroll had that crazy like 5-pronged throwing hook daggery thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a Dave weapon.
Definitely a Dave weapon. So Dave, what's the story behind this Batman character you created?
Oh, this is a commission. Guy wanted the Robert Pattinson Batman, so I'm doing my best, but
Well, it's supposed to be a Marvel thing.
Yeah. What Marvel character are you doing again?
Jack Nicholson. He played the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, these commissions got to get done. So.
Oh, thank you. The glaive. That's the word I was looking for.
Hold on. There's some comments here.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dan, one of the things during my time away, I had so many complaints from fans that are saying, when you get back, and I was saying, I'm not coming back. Well, if you come back, please tell these clowns that we ask questions and they ignore them. So there you go.
Well, that's mostly Jeff. Jeff doesn't like the fans. He loathes them. And I'm like, Jeff, knock it off. And he's like, you knock it off. There's a lot of that talk. So, right?
Yes.
Jeff, why would you agree to that?
All right. Well, listen, we're wasting fans' times. Okay. So let's see. Matt, Nick, 1983 asked me if I prefer to draw Spidey with or without the webbing under the arms. Well, first of all, Matt, we at Marvel, there's a nomenclature at Marvel that you should probably learn. We call those web pits.
Gross.
So I prefer drawing the web pits. I haven't added them to this drawing yet, but yeah, I like I think they're cool. So and it's classic. So
yeah, whenever I've drawn Spidey, I like drawing him in there if I feel like they'll look cool and I can fit him in. Otherwise, I just kind of they're there or not there sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? If you see that if I've drawn Spidey and they're not there, it's because I've forgotten. Because they're very easy. Really easy. You know what I mean? So all right.
So reason, but you forgot.
Hang on a second. So sorry. Looks like me and Ted are gonna have a falling out, like me and Dan. Joe's back for 5 minutes already. He's a pain in the ass. Wow.
Oh
wow. Ted.
Wow. But you know what?
That may be one of the most cutting remarks we've ever had here on Drink and Draw. I don't see anybody else getting insulted like this.
Have you been listening to the show, Joe? I mean, I was.
By the way, I want you guys to know that I have not listened to a single episode of Drink and Draw, wrote any of the stuff you guys have done. I have not listened to a single one.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I blame him, Jeff.
Well, first of all, you guys haven't invited me to listen. Second of all, why should I be different than anybody else?
It's true. I mean, you're just. I don't think anyone's listening.
No.
I had a very delightful conversation with Larry Hankin.
Yeah, you had a great conversation with Larry.
Yeah, I mean, we text.
And not everybody does.
Yeah, no, Larry and I got along.
I listened to that one. I listened to the one you did yesterday, or whatever, about
Mazinga. Yeah,
Mazinga.
Giant robots. Yeah.
Oh, look at this, Mark Solomon, words of wisdom. They've ignored us for months and started other shows to ignore us on.
Yeah.
So true.
Ted has to say.
Okay, so AW is asking two things. Why does Joe have a baby hanging on the wall? and he's using his Marvel Mode Chris Claremont edition as a monitor stand. Okay, so
explain that, Joe.
Second question first. No, I'm not using it as a monitor stand. That monitor is actually on an Ergotron arm. I'm using it as a Spider-Man stand, but I just got that in the mail, so it's pretty cool.
You've always been into ergonomics.
You've
always been an ergonomics guy.
I have. And the baby that you're seeing up there, let me see, we're up there. That is that was my baby model that I used during Guardian Devil. So that I've taken that with me everywhere. It's creepy as all hell. And but the feet are signed by Kevin. And I signed the other foot because I figured at some point, someday, I'd auction that thing off, and I'd be rich, independently wealthy. So,
that's a good answer.
But yeah, that's the baby from Daredevil.
Did you just quote Daffy Duck from when he was in the cave? Yeah,
I did. I did.
I appreciate that.
Come on, man. So.
I am.
And thank you. Those are great questions. Look at this.
Look at that. Those are great questions. Just cutting promos up. Whoop! I just saw someone walk by. Hopefully, someone you know.
I don't know. Somebody might have broken in.
It happens, right? That's been happening quite a bit.
Yeah, we have a new puppy also. Oh, that's the other big development. We have a new puppy, and. That was a mistake. Probably a mistake.
Yeah.
I will say they usually are.
Not a lot of sleep with a new puppy.
Well, no, it's not even that. We now have 3 dogs, right? So the middle dog, Lola, is a yellow lab, and she was the most amazing puppy. I mean, just easy to train. Housebroken, didn't cry at night, just tremendous. And then Lola's mother was going to have another litter, and we want another Lola, and we got Rigby. Rigby is a far cry from Lola. He is a lot of work. He sleeps through the night. He's just a lot of work. So
it's the Frank Thierry of dogs.
It's I literally could not play with him during the time that I had my collar because he's like a meat bullet just jumping on. It's like, Jesus Christ,
torpedo coming at you.
Oh my God, meatless, yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. Joe's cutting promos for Chris Claremont. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You know what I like to give people? A good laugh every now and then.
When do you start doing that?
I mean, this whole show is basically a comedy showcase.
Yeah.
Of my comedy talents.
Hey Joe, did you miss drawing while you were laid up?
You want to know a secret? This Spider-Man is the first time I put pencil to anything since in more than 8 weeks.
How's it feel?
I'm gonna be really honest with you because I'm not honest with you guys. It was a little scary because the stenosis has been affecting my hands, right? So I've had you guys don't know all this because I've been telling, but I had numbness in my pinky and ring finger on both hands.
I thought it was just like you were losing it, like some people,
Well, no, I mean it makes because drawing takes a lot of focus, right? It takes a lot of just sitting.
It comes naturally, but yes,
and it made staying on task much harder. I mean, I'm already have trouble staying on task, but it made it much harder because it's just like, damn, my hands hurt. They're feeling a little bit better, but I was a little bit, it was just butterflies, So, I should have started drawing 2 days ago, and I kept putting it off, and do some writing, and then, so I'm back, kind of, I guess. We'll see.
Whenever I go back and forth from doing comics and boards and commissions and stuff, and whenever I haven't done boards in a while, it's always kind of panic-inducing to try and start a board gig.
Yeah, I remember that there was a time during think sometime after I stopped, I went from editor-in-chief to chief creative officer, and we were knee deep in like movie stuff and Netflix stuff, and I didn't draw for a long time. And it take, it's a muscle. If you don't use it, man, you either lose it or it takes a while to get it back. And I was so unhappy with everything I was drawing at that time. This is only 2 months, but still, it's kind of freaky. So
it is a perishable skill.
Yeah.
Well, even though I don't play any instrument, I always kind of pictured it as being like when you haven't picked up an instrument for a long time.
Yeah. It's like anything you haven't done in a while. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just little frightening.
Like a thunderbolt and lightning sort of frightening, or
yeah.
Wow. The level of comedy here.
It's high. Right. I mean, we got Daffy Ducks and whatever Dan's referencing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys are drawing. I'm busy looking at some questions here, because I know people. This is why they want to come to Drink and Draw. Maybe if they could spread the word that we're actually providing some educational services here, and the occasional humorous barb by Dan. Well, yeah, maybe they'll tell a friend, and who knows.
So someone called you Pappy, Joe.
They did not Pappy, Poppy.
Poppy. All right.
Poppy.
I was wondering. I didn't get the Cuban pronunciation. I thought it was like from Papillon from that movie.
It's not Cuban. It's a Latin thing. Oye, Papi, what's up? So. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
There you
go. So now that you're back, what about?
Wait. I'm here today. I'm not officially.
Yeah, Dan. Don't.
Yeah, Dan.
Don't jump the gun.
You've got to. We still have to get Ben in here.
Right.
And this isn't even Drink and Draw. Ben's not here.
No,
right.
This is just Drink and Drew. So.
Drink and try to be,
Wow. Mark says I missed some good episodes.
Really? Which ones?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, the Kirby episode was fun.
Yeah. Was it?
It's fun for me.
That's
Kirby,
one where
Kirby was Joe. Let me give you a little background. Kirby was a big time Marvel artist.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
that's
before
awesome.
You got there.
Yeah, clearly.
A lot of people were digging his scene back then.
Well, listen, the drawings you guys did, great. They were great. So
that was a fun educational episode.
And I don't give you guys compliments ever.
No, you hate it. You hate doing that.
Yeah. Especially Dan.
Especially me.
Yeah.
Your best friends in life.
Rossi was a fun episode.
Yeah, Rossi was great. Rossi's actually we'd never dream of replacing you, Joe. But my God, Rossi was fantastic.
Could you possibly?
Rossi, yeah.
No, could you start contemplating it?
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna, we all should have probably some understudies, right?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I mean, you always have to train your successor. I was a big believer of that at Marvel, right? And so because any one of us could drop dead in a heartbeat, right?
Jeff and I were just talking about that.
I pray for death on a daily.
Do you? Oh,
well,
man.
I mean, my goal is not necessarily to be dead, but to go out in such a way that when people talk about it, they go, "Did you hear Jeff die? How?" And then whatever the story is an interesting story. So
you want an interesting story? Okay, yeah. No,
yeah.
I just my aunt passed away in Florida a month ago, and she passed away in a perfect way. She just took a nap and didn't wake up. That's can't think of anything better than that.
No.
So
nothing.
I mean, what's the opposite of that? Bringing a burning fire, right?
I always kind of wanted to go parachuting and have the chute not open.
Yeah. Yeah. I always think of ways that I'd like to see Dan die, but
I know you've been thinking about that. Sometimes what's interesting is he'll send me. It's almost like a comment card. He'll send me like a suggestion box.
Yeah.
I'm
always suggesting Dan do dangerous things, right?
Yeah.
Some people count sheep when they're trying to nod off.
Right.
Joe pictures ways Dan could die horribly.
Well, like that Red Bull thing I sent you today, right? It's like, God, I wish Dan would do that.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I would love that
guy was talk about living.
Yeah.
Crazy. For those of you who haven't seen it, it was just again, it was one of those things posted on that dreaded social media. But it was a Red Bull ad where some dude jumped out of a plane with skis and what's it called? A parasail, and descended down on mountains, snow-topped mountains. And
I mean, it's beautifully filmed.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. And then he let the parasail rip, and he's just sailing down the side of the mountain and eventually touches down, skis down the side of the mountain, parasails back up. It was crazy.
You guys ever watch any of those the guys with the squirrel suits?
Yeah.
The wind suits, those are crazy.
Yeah. So when I see stuff like that, I keep sending Dan, emails saying, "Hey, you should do this."
Yeah. Dan, you've skydived before, right? Didn't you?
No, I'm too scared, honestly. I'm not even, this time I'm not joking. I don't think I could do it, Jeff.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't think I got the guts.
I'm forbidden.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, once you're strapped in, it's kind of taken out of your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, have you ever been there?
I came close, but my wife nixed it at the last minute. But I got to go up in the plane, and that was actually a little scarier because as soon as the last guy jumped out of the plane,
that was the pilot.
They want to conserve. Well, not the pilot.
Nice.
They want to conserve gas, and so he literally immediately, without telling me, just goes into a straight nosedive.
Terrifying.
Nosedived literally till the last minute, and then pulled out, and then landed. I mean, it was that fast, and I was just like, shitting bricks the whole way down. But
so you basically got a taste of skydiving.
Yeah,
I got a taste of what happens when you're about to die on a plane. That's what I got to do.
Right.
Yeah, I did it a bunch when I was younger. I kept, I went tandem, and then I had such a great time. I kept going back and taking friends, but just kept doing tandem. And I always meant to get my license, but it was expensive, and it just didn't work out. But it's one of the few things that I really wish I had spent more time doing.
You like the tandem aspect, though. I remember you'd always talk about tandem.
Well, I mean, that is its own reward.
Yeah. You're like, let me tandem this.
Let me tandem this particular guy.
Yeah. You're like, hey, you want to go? Is a good way to use to like meet dudes.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's tandem together sometime. What do you say? And generally speaking, they'd always be like, yes. Occasionally, someone would be like, no, thank you. And you were always pretty cool about it.
You know what? I mean, I don't even remember. I was 100%. No one ever turned me down.
For a tandem.
Yeah.
I mean, my old age plan is to go skydiving and to do heroin before, if I know I'm about to die.
That's a good one, Dave. I like that one. I respect that.
I mean, what the hell? You got nothing to lose at that point.
Wow.
Don't have to worry about being addicted. You don't have that much time to live anyway. So.
Yeah, 30 seconds or so.
Yeah. Maybe do it at the same time.
I did. We tandem this guy.
Ted wants to be your understudy, Dan.
I'll take it.
Huh. He says he's twice as funny.
What?
He's not as handsome as you, but twice as funny. Ted,
look at this guy.
You got to aim a little higher than twice as funny than Dan.
I like Matt. Matt's like, Jeff, you want to tandem this plate of spaghetti?
Yeah, you bet your ass I do, Matt.
There you go. This is good. This is bringing people together. That's why I love Drink and Draw.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
I mean, we got to share the meatballs, but other than that.
Yeah, tandem.
Yeah. Any of my daring exploits, the minute we had our daughter, my wife was like, I really wanted to get a motorcycle.
Yeah, no more threatening your life.
What about? I wanted to go skydiving. No, you got a kid now. It's not about you. I'm like, damn it.
Your skydiving days are over, bro.
Well, especially when it's always been about me. So
you guys have never bungee jumped either? You never done that?
No. Jeff, do you remember? Were you there when I went rappelling and how much of a scaredy cat I was?
Yes.
I did land up going and rappelling. Oh, you know what? No, that time I had already done it, so the fear was gone. But generally, I went with Robert Hedden one time, and my girlfriend at the time was able to go down the side of the mountain before I could, and it was embarrassing. So
did she do Australian style, face first?
I couldn't even look. I was probably crying. So
have you guys ever gone whitewater rafting?
Yeah, that I can do.
Yeah,
nothing too serious. Like, what's the highest?
What was that?
What's the most severe water you've been in?
This is pretty severe. I literally almost died. Hang on, I'm going to try to find a photo.
Oh, find that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, there's definitely a photo of me almost dying. Just bear with me for a little bit. So,
yeah, almost dying is the way to go. It's the almost part that I like.
Yeah, the thing is, we went on this crazy rapids trip, and it was, I don't know, it was probably 10 of us, maybe more. So we had 2 rafts, and we were with the professional guides and the whole thing, and they they do this thing where near the end of the rapids they'll tip the boat over on purpose, or they'll do something so that the guy in the front goes over. I was the guy in the front, and I'd fallen into the water in such a way that my life vest went. I didn't tighten it enough. It went right into my neck and started choking me. So I'm in the water, and my life jacket, as opposed to saving my ass, is choking me, and I start going down river. And first of all, the shock of the cold water is like, whoa, as I'm going down river. And I have this sense that the kayakers are like screaming to each other, like, oh my God, he's going down really fast. And then it's like one of those scenes from a movie where I'm just like, thrashing, and I see an oar come through the water, and I hear like throw the oar, right? I'm reaching for this thing, and I can't get the damn oar because I'm going, I keep going down river, and eventually, they get me, and they throw me in the raft, and I'm on the raft with like all these little kids on all fours coughing up water. It's like, and they're looking at me like, oh, my daughter was so disappointed.
I rafted down the Chattahoochee after seeing Deliverance. That was scary.
Yeah. that would be really scary. Now, what's
there's a lot of aspects of that movie that's scary.
Yeah.
All right.
I will often play, and Elena never understands this. Like, we'll have a party, and there's plenty of things to do at a party. People are all talking. You usually have music on. I put music on, but what I also like to do is on the TV, on the big widescreen, is just have Deliverance running the whole time.
It's an interesting go-to.
Yeah, not a lot of people are, that all of a sudden, like, someone will generally go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, finally someone will sober up enough to go, what's happening here?
Yeah. Huh.
Is that your favorite Burt Reynolds film?
My dad really liked that movie, so I saw it as a young kid. So
it's my favorite Dan Beatty movie, that's for sure.
Yeah. So it stuck with me, Jeff.
It'll definitely stick with you. I mean, growing up in Georgia, man, that I knew all about the Chattahoochee.
Yeah, that's scary.
This is fun. This is fun doing a little marble drawing here.
Yeah, I'm not doing a lot of drawing. Why can't I find these photos? Gosh darn it.
Someone had pre-ordered your new series, Dan. That should feel good.
Wait a minute, you pre-ordered it?
Someone did.
I'm glad someone did.
Someone did.
So Dan, I hear it's done very well.
Thank you. There's some sales seem to be pretty good. Thanks to all the cool variant covers and everything.
Right.
Let's see here.
Unless you were lying about those sales.
I was probably lying about. Here's one. That's the that's the second issue cover for Alice Ever After. Wait a minute, that's not the second issue. No, that's something I just did for Top Cow. It's called Metal Society by Zach Kaplan. That just came out this week.
I was going to say it's a bold move, changing the title in the second issue.
Yeah, I mean, I like to try things. You got to try stuff to kind of make it happen.
Alice in Wonderland was a bit avant-garde for its time. I can see following those footsteps.
Yeah, it's based on a book, Jeff, by Lewis Carroll. That wasn't even his real name.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Here we go. So I was like, this book's already written. Why should I? This is easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is perfect for me. And here's the first issue cover.
Wow. Can you show us any interior work?
Interior, I should find some. I have some color work.
I'm surprised you weren't prepared, Dad, for this.
You know what? A lot of people use their streams for those purposes to sell. But look at this. Can I add you to the stream again?
No, I'm not drawing it.
I tried to get a Quesada cover, and Boom was like, absolutely not.
Yeah. It's not going to help you.
Yeah. They're like, we want the book to sell. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm not drawing at the moment, Dan, so I'm looking for photos, so it doesn't pay to.
Oh.
People want to see actual work happen.
It is a good hand flexion.
Thank you. I'm known for my hand flexions.
It is actually something you're known for. I wouldn't go as far as a Gil Kane style hand, but much better.
Oh, well, thank you.
Where are Giorgio's pages?
Who colored the book?
This amazing colorist, Fabiana Mascalo. She's unbelievable.
Yeah, the art's really. I'm glad you didn't draw it, Dan, because the art's really.
Yeah. Here, let me show you. Here's the page, and it's drawn by Giorgio Spalletta. Here's one of them. I mean, these colors and the drawing, they're both Italian, and they work together. They went to school together. So, and now he teaches at the same school that they attended, art school. But this is, I mean, it's a fantastic looking book. I couldn't be happier.
How does it read?
Terribly.
Yeah.
It's not meant for reading. It's one of those books where you ever have a comic book where you just don't read it and you just look at the pictures? It's more of that sort of thing. The story honestly needs a lot of work, but it's very pretty to look at.
Yeah.
All right. Then I actually drew some of the pages. Every time Alice goes to Wonderland to escape her life, basically it's Alice as a young woman.
Yeah.
And she has a terrible drug addiction problem.
Oh. That's tragic.
It is. It's a tragic, terrible story.
What's the problem? They're hard to get?
No, that was not the problem. There was too many drugs back then.
I still want to see you said too many drugs?
There's too many drugs. Like if you had a cold, Jeff, they might prescribe heroin, or you'd get cocaine, or
Jeff, you grew up in the wrong era.
You would have been in heaven back then. So
I don't know. The 80s were pretty good.
Alice has a bit of a special problem. So let's see here. Here's one of the pages I did. So I was Giorgio's stuff is the main story that takes place in reality. My little small section takes place in Wonderland. So it has kind of a Arthur Rackman and a little bit of Wally Wood in there. If you look at the trees are kind of like olive trees, those Insano trees that he draws. But it's a fun book to work on. Too fun. Doesn't feel like work. Although today I don't think I've ever spent longer inking something. in my life. I think this.
So 2 hours.
All right. So
Dan, all day doing it.
Good one, Dave.
So Dan, so if you could go to my screen for a second. So this is the time I almost died.
Okay, hold on. This could be our screensaver for this thing.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. All right. So here we have. See how happy I am right there, right? Right
Hey,
there.
you look really happy. It was a
Right?
great vacation.
And here it's like, hey, wait a minute. Why is the corner of the raft? Wait. Holy, hang on a second.
That's deep underwater.
Wait. That's the shot right there. And
it's almost as if, Joe, and you're the only one who fell. It's almost as if the camera person knew to be there, and the guy.
Yeah,
driving
you think?
the boat
You think?
Yeah. Dump them.
Yeah. And then there was a second time where they did it, and they tipped over both rafts with the little kids in it and stuff. And needless to say, my wife was not happy. And then afterwards, I'm like, I could have just gotten a motorcycle and been safer.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Dave's
Not one of my shining moments.
Well, you survived. That's what's important.
Barely.
Look at Batman now.
Huh. Interesting.
Batman will get the job done. That's what I've always liked about him. If he ever has a task, he's pretty apt to complete it. Have you guys ever felt that way?
About me?
No, I'm talking about Batman, Dave.
Oh. I like to complete tasks.
Well, let's go to Jeff. Dr. Doom, let's throw this out here. Dr. Doom versus Batman. Who wins? Why? Who loses?
The fans win.
Fans win. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Jeff, I've kind of refrained. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been for the past couple of months pretty kind to you as far as the broadcasts go. But I'm not thrilled with the camera quality today.
I'm sorry. Just am I getting notes? You don't like the camera? What's the problem here?
It looks like a lot of detail. It's kind of a little fuzzy for some reason.
Yeah, it is a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little fuzzy.
But it looks amazing.
It's fuzzy.
There you
I don't
go.
know if you have a scratchy brush. It's very digitized.
Well,
That's just the angle. It's the angle.
Is that
Are you
what
angry at me for mentioning it?
I'm not surprised.
Okay. Certainly, when I have an opinion, I like sharing it. I'm gonna add Joe's kind of drawing.
Yeah.
Hand.
Kind of drawing the hand. Tightening it up a little bit.
Yeah, erase that. Put that there. Do that. Turn it.
I like drawing hands.
Do that part.
It's like a construction project.
Yeah.
Plus, in comics especially, I think hands are important because it gives us one other tool for characters to emote.
It's a lot of hand acting.
Yeah. They said, I think Will Eisner was quoted as saying, it's all about hand acting.
Yep.
Said that like 6 times, again and again at one of the Eisner Awards.
Did he? Wow. Huh.
Yeah. Saying it's all about the hand acting. And everyone would go, okay, we heard you. And he goes, I'm serious.
Wait, did he say hand acting or hand action?
I don't remember. I wasn't there.
Okay.
I was a child.
Well,
My dad brought me.
Who was a bit naughty. So.
And this is crazy. You guys probably won't even believe it.
I
But he
won't.
was one of the first big supporters of cryptocurrency.
Eisner?
Yeah, Will Eisner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big proponent of that.
He's always like,
Well, he knew it was coming even before he died.
Yeah.
It's,
pioneer in so many ways, not just comics. That's what I try to tell people.
Are you investing in crypto?
Actually, Bill Gaines was a big proponent of crypto. the crypto keeper. That's that was his
nice one. He's sort of out of nowhere, quiet, and then sneaks it in.
See that?
A groaner, but still better than Dan.
Yes.
Yeah, most of the humor is better than me.
Yeah. So, well, there you go.
So we never did get to. I'm going to go since the comments have just tapered off.
Yeah, it's because we suck.
No. You know what? I actually have it on the comments so I can hear. Oh, look at that. See, Jeff, I'm not the only. Jeff, it's a little fuzzy, says Ted.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it.
You accept that?
I accept that it was said.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wow. Ted's just Ted's being a little ornery today, isn't he?
Yeah. But he did say this. The art is gorgeous, Jeff.
Thanks, Ted.
How do you know he was talking about Jeff?
I'm just trying to look. I can't just keep. The old Dan would have. Who knows what he would have done in this situation?
Mm-hmm. Well, what if that compliment was meant for Dave?
Yeah, it's probably
it wasn't meant for you, Dan. That's for sure.
Why would somebody compliment Jeff on his drawing? Dan, are you going to add the famous carpet pattern from the movie to your drawing? No, but I will tell you this. I am going to try to find a way to put the maze into the drawing in the background. So.
Huh.
And then this has been my favorite comment so far.
That's ever after.
Yeah.
So Dan, does it have a happy ending?
No, it's a 70s ending. So, I mean, it's happy for Alice. I don't want to give too much away, but Alice, it's a 70s ending. Like it's mixed. It's not just everybody gets everything they want.
Yeah.
Look at that, Jesus! I thought Joe was really busy. I had no idea he damn near died.
Well, is he referring to the Rapids? Because
I mean, several times you just cheat.
The Rapids was years ago. Rabbits was years ago.
You keep cheating death.
Final Fusion was recent. I had a good surgeon, so I wasn't really, afraid of. But I'd bite it. But
that's always been one of my favorite euphemisms for dying. I'm going to bite it. You don't hear it often.
No, you don't hear it enough, honestly.
Yeah.
Jeff, I'm starting to get a little worried about you. You okay? And then I'm going to put this in. This is an editorial on my part. You okay, bro? Mm-hmm. Question mark. Dale would never say that, but I'm throwing it in for a little bit of character and fun.
I like Dale.
So do I.
So I don't know. So has the show been an improvement? We should ask the fans now that I'm back, or is it just
all right? Let's before we go, let's ask. Well, look at this. Reverend Dave rocks as usual.
Yeah.
Always. Well, I guess that comment was about Dave. Mark Sullivan says it has a creepy beginning. Oh, look at this. Jeff's art is always gorgeous. He doesn't need me to tell him that, saith Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
Everybody's jumping on and praising Dave Johnson. He didn't create Batman. He's drawing a character already created by other people.
Who created him?
Was it Bob Kane did all the work?
Every stitch of it.
Yeah, every stitch of it.
Every stitch.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Bob Kane Fingerman video?
Yeah,
documentary. Yeah. It's really heartbreaking.
It is incredibly heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Yeah. And let's not spoil it for people, but
it's definitely worth watching.
It's a 70s ending.
Yeah,
big time 70s ending on that one. Dave redesigned the Batsuit into what it should be.
What?
Well, remember when you did that a couple, like last week, you did a redesign.
Oh yeah, that one. But this is from the movie. So.
Yeah. Do you guys like Batman with armor?
No.
I like a mix. I think you should have knee pads and elbow and arm gauntlets. To deflect blows. But I don't.
By the way,
I don't
that's something.
Yeah, I don't know. I always kind of
like
like
the Manziger Batman. Let's put it that way.
I liked the unarmored Batman because there was an element of masochism of just screw it. If I get hurt, he's punishing himself as much as the villains. He's just not a well man. You know what I mean?
My biggest problem with Batman, that's why I like this Robert Pattinson Batman, is that you can't. It's far too often in the '90s, and even still to this day, you have people drawing Batman, and he looks like a humongous bodybuilder.
Right.
But he's also Bruce Wayne, who's a billionaire playboy, and it just doesn't work for me. Like there has to that Neil Adams sort of Jim Aparo Batman is Batman for me.
But you know what? Like when I did Daredevil Father, I decided I was going to have some fun and take some real liberties with anatomy and the size of Daredevil, right? And Daredevil was huge as opposed to Matt Murdock, who was Matt Murdock's size, and I kind of I just sort of used the logic of it's comic books, and I'm trying to and my take was that if some bad guy runs into Daredevil in an alleyway, that's how he appears to him. He's going to be bigger than life, right? He's just.
Well, yeah, I mean, someone just brought up the
Let me finish, man.
Batman.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
But I remember talking to Umberto Ramos, right? And because Umberto, when he draws Spider-Man, right, he does the crazy animated eyes and stuff like that, and he wouldn't mention the artist's name, but he said he was talking to a classic Spider-Man artist who was getting on him about drawing the animated eyes, because in real life the mask wouldn't do that, right? Now clearly in the movies it does that now, but Umberto's answer at the time was, it's comic books, we could do whatever we want with it, right? So yeah, I don't mind Batman being, I mean, yeah, Hulk size is kind of ridiculous, but I don't mind Batman appearing bigger, and I think that's also just a product of when Frank was doing Dark Knight, where Batman was a pretty thick dude, but also it was a much older Bruce Wayne.
No, that's for that one. It's acceptable. Like the Frank Miller Dark Knight, he's beefier. He hasn't been Batman for a while. He's been eating the prime rib, been having a good time. So yeah, that makes sense. But
does it?
For me, it does.
Okay.
But like regular Batman, modern Batman.
Yeah. I love the Mazzucchelli take that where the costume looks like it's actual cloth and define every every ab and every bicep. It feels like I don't know. It's just something cool about it. Maybe just because it also has sort of a Toth feel to it. But hey, what do I know, man?
I'm a big proponent of costumes should at least have some wrinkles in them. I mean, the painted on costume look just looks dumb to me.
What looks dumb is that cape, Dave. That doesn't even look like a cape.
Well, I never said I was the best artist, Dan.
No, it looks awesome. We're just seeing it in high contrast, so we can't see the whole thing.
It's getting there. I haven't finished thinking of that.
I know. I'm just Dave. I'm being silly. Sometimes I get a little funny that way.
Sure.
What are you, Frank Rizzo now? You getting a little silly?
No, a little silly time. Well, guys. Jeff sent me a recipe for chorizo. It's unbelievable.
It's funny. I got my windows open and somebody's cooking pasta, and it's driving me nuts. It smells so good.
I actually have lasagna waiting.
Well, maybe they're watching the stream, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but
that's how you make a friend.
How pasta smells when it's cooking, right? It's got that. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Let's all go over to Dave's house and just go to the window and smell the pasta.
It sounds like I wouldn't mind going to Dave's house.
Yeah.
If I had a house, that'd be nice.
All right. So, Dan, you're saying it's chorizo time?
Well, I'm saying it's 10 minutes after the hour of 7 here in California.
We've extended the audience's patience at this point.
We celebrated Joe's return. I think we've kind of run it into the ground, really, if you're asking me. No one is, but if you were.
I'm just happy I was able to do this in an hour.
Yeah. Well, that looks great, man.
Yeah, it really looks nice, Dave. Lucky guy.
All right. Now there's a comment here. It's official. Joe's back. No, nothing's official.
No, let's not get crazy.
Don't count chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, look, somebody called me Joe Quesada. Never heard that one. That's awesome.
That's a good one. We're going to have to use that for next episode.
Yeah.
Good.
I do like Poppy.
Oh, yeah. I call my agent Poppy. I'm like, what's up, Poppy? And he's like, I'm not your Poppy. I'm like, yes, you are.
What was Hemingway's nickname?
Who?
Hemingway?
I think they used to call him Big Hemi.
It wasn't. It was Papa Hemingway, not Poppy.
Papa, that's it. Papa. Yeah.
That's what we Cubans called it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. Well, this was a blast. Good times.
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys all.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh,
Joe?
What?
Just like saying the name.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's been a thing.
That Spider-Man came out pretty good. Welcome back to drawing.
Oh yeah, it's just not even close to being done. So I was having too much fun looking at comments, but I'm just getting the figure drawing in there and working my way through. So
thank you for sharing your multiple near-death experiences.
The surgery wasn't the rapids was a near death, So I was very close to. And by the way, another good way to die, to drown. Everybody tells me it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, in the end, it's all peaceful.
Anything beats a burning building.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
All right, everybody. Good night, friendos.
Bye, Jeff. Great job. That came out super cool. I can't wait to see it. Jeff's most likely going to post it on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, possibly.
Yeah.
Dave,
usual suspects.
You're going to sell that piece, Jeff?
Yeah, someone wants it. Someone makes an offer on it.
Yeah.
What would get it done?
I'm going to finish it.
No, I said what would get it done? Like, what would it take to get it?
Oh, well, I mean, that's
personal.
I mean, there's a tandem aspect to it that I have to discuss with whoever buys it.
Yeah. It's a big commitment.
Yeah, it's not just money in my world, Dave. There has to be some romance, some poetry.
I dig it.
Right now, Matt is a front runner.
Yeah.
Getting it.
Jeff needs to be wined and dined.
I got a spaghetti dinner waiting for me. Yeah.
Just right. You can't just buy it. No, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what makes it special. So,
all right, everybody.
All right.
On that happy note.
Bye to everybody who showed up. It's good to see everybody, or not see everybody, or just hear everybody. But that's certainly better than being on the show. But